Welcome back to my CryptoQ Media channel. It's great to have you back. As ripple effects around the cryptocurrency market, XRP's price has the potential to climb. A decline from 49.55 to 250. I hope it goes without saying how ridiculous this is if XRP has a comparable rise after 2017. It shows a lack of focus to think that the market is going through that kind of cycle. Just so you know, I'm not saying that XRP will never be worth 300. From what I can tell, I doubt it will. That is, by the way, totally doable. It could be done, I think, but it would take decades. The widespread use of cryptocurrencies also needs to pick up speed. This might be the case, of course, if XRP turns out to be a huge winner. But are you completely bonkers? Please hear me out. If I am incorrect, I am happy to eat my words. Sure, I'll do that. If I'm mistaken, I'll simply say, whoa. I mean, I'm a pleasant, easygoing guy. My apologies, but I totally botched that one. In my opinion, the chances of my being wrong are practically zero, if not zeroer than 251. I mean, I get it, 2017 saw a market cycle growth of 80,000% in 20. Nearly 80,000% of that amount was mine. This is due to the fact that XRP's starting value was around half a penny. Things shift slightly when talking about XRP. When was the low point of the cycle? Initially no amount, not even 28 cents, will make it happen. Already, there is more XRP floating around than is necessary to do such a multiplication. However, experts do have fair expectations for price action, and if they come true, I'd be willing to bet money that a lot of you here today will become ridiculously wealthy. Many of you here will be living in an era of unparalleled wealth if this comes to fruition. Check this out, it's red. Presenting an additional item. What follows is a little breath of fresh air as a market analyst predicts that XRP might hit 190-250. Believe me when I say that will never happen. This is from the same set of principles, even though I was just starting out with crypto. However, here's how much your wealth could grow if XRP reaches its all-time high of 3.70, as I was considering it. Oh, look at that. It occurred to me. Indeed, that is a fantastic starting point. After that is taken care of, the study asserts a growth of almost 50,000%. Before then, this one may be priced at about 250. On the plus side, this piece's meteor content makes us go, oh yeah, 3.70 is what dank in the third place. Furthermore, this item was forwarded to others by them. It is not required to read any of these articles. The current condition of affairs is so ridiculous and naive that it's making a statement about that. Of course, this doesn't reflect the full community, but I understand. This is what really irritates me. Perhaps it's because some inexperienced Bitcoin market participants see this and join in without doing their research, especially if it's promoted by influential accounts. Some people may be even more naive about Bitcoin if they have a large following, but that doesn't mean they're stupid. Excellent, I must say. Reliable base, a monetary apparatus. Oh my goodness. They have absolutely no notion that we can pull that off. Many of them, I think, will finally understand. Still, I find that to be the most infuriating aspect of this entire ordeal. I think it's beneficial to argue because it's amusing and stimulating, and I love yelling at people when they're incorrect. But I'm most concerned about that part of it. That is why I believe in the freedom of speech for all. I am a firm believer in the First Amendment, but I also think individuals should not think they can speak whatever they want without repercussions. you should be aware that my freedom to free speech extends beyond yours. It can be done better. Totally bomb. On top of that, I will always stand up for myself. Everything about this is ridiculous. On the plus side, there's data that points to XRP really hitting a new enterprise discovery record high. Consequently, you've come to the right spot to start. Your computer's present screen. An expert on cryptocurrency assets made the following forecast: if you buy XRP at 56 cents, you will 6.6x your money when it reaches its old all-time high of 3.70. They thought it would be a good idea to let everyone know their forecast. I read through those notes. We can finally have a conversation on something that makes some sense. I would be really interested in anything similar. Having said that, it doesn't mean it will only hit that. What I mean is that I am expressing my anticipation and suspicion rather than making a forecast. To be quite forthright, I am clueless as to where the XRP price is headed. That is something I'm always honest about. Personally, I think it will go a lot farther than that. Although I'm sure many of you already know this, I'll tell you anyway: anywhere you want to sell, you can do absolutely nothing. However, I sense that a significant portion of you are actively participating. Your $4 or $5 amount will look like a small change when compared to the worth of $1 or your fiat money, depending on where you are in the globe. When the price of XRP approaches 4, I'll be the first to declare that I have no plans to sell most of my holdings. But if I could almost recoup my initial cost by selling 5% or 6%, I might think about doing it. But I'll confess that even if I could sell it all for 4, I'd still consider it a life-changing sum. For some reason, I feel like my perspective on life would be drastically altered if I were to receive even 4. I will start working on expanding it if it works. It will keep going up, in my view. Hence, I am willing to be exposed to that risk for a little longer than that. That's why I brought up the idea of scaling up between 5 and 8 on several occasions. I understand that some of you may think the scale out levels are too low, but please know that I am willing to do so for a legitimate purpose. That it's low in comparison to its peak here is something you might be right about. I simply don't know, therefore for the time being I'd rather not even think about the prospect. Though it's fun to think about things, like even what you're talking about is around 4 or 5. Even if it's not perfect, I bet a lot of you would still consider that a substantial improvement. But on average, I spend roughly 25 cents. Therefore, I will give it serious consideration if we are considering selling for 4 or 5. I get that it's subjective, but I'd bet money that the majority of people, particularly in our town, aren't really bonkers. In contrast, God's other creations become apparent in communities that are large enough, such as ours, which is home to almost 1 million people. No, I mean to give yourself over to the event entirely. Neither am I bothered. Do not worry about it. The bright side is that it makes things more interesting. That could work to your benefit, but I'll demonstrate it anyhow. You may view the XRP rich list here. Very well, I will present you with the historical wallet count. That's very much the same. The strongest evidence suggests that this is not a broken chain. The number of wallets for XRP has grown consistently over its history. Although this chart only dates back to approximately the middle of May, I have noticed a little fall during my time here, which began in late 2017. Overall, though, it has been heading higher. I feel like the website wasn't pulling data precisely for some reason, but I can't put my finger on it. Since I don't think it's real, I'm going to assume it's just a glitch. If it were, it would have caused a massive purge of accounts, maybe from an exchange, and then what it seems like a lot of accounts are getting boosted at the same moment every single day. Well, that's not good. Be that as it may, it just keeps going higher. Consequently, I think it's completely absurd to think that XRP will never hit a new all-time high. When dealing with enterprise-level software that has real-world use cases, this is completely useless. Undoubtedly, it does. Therefore, I prefer to have a level head when it comes to this issue. That you took the time to watch my video is truly appreciated. Please subscribe and like my channel before I end this.